Super Bowl yesterday. What do you think watching the Super Bowl?
What's that?
The Super Bowl yesterday, watching the Rams and that.
Just gets old watching the same team, win the whole thing year after year. Sorry. That was really arrogant, wasn't it? It was kind of fun to say that. But no, they're. I told our team today, look at the Patriots. They just never make a mistake, and so in a game when they don't have it clicking offensively, they can still win because they're just on point. They're buttoned up. They're just rock solid week after week after week. And, that's the point we want to get to, where we're just not mistake prone in various areas. And I think we've gotten much better taking care of the ball the last month. It's one of the reasons we've won 12 out of 13. I think we're averaging 12 turnovers during that span, which is a great number. But there's always stuff that we have to button up, that we have to work on. And when we get to that point with our talent, I like our chances just because you're not beating yourself. And so that was a good example of that yesterday, watching New England do what they do. They're a machine.
Steve, Marcus is obviously a guy that's all about trust, all about loyalty. He's all about trust, all about loyalty. What was the key to building that trust with him?
Same thing as building trust with anybody. It's just just communication. And I think it was more difficult early in the season when he was rehabbing and working out, because I'm coaching the team and I'm busy with stuff, and we tried to make a stronger connection as he got closer to playing, and we've talked quite a bit, and now that he's playing, it's really easy because you're just in the same boat together, and you're going through everything together, and so we've communicated really well over the past month or so, and I think his teammates have done a great job of really accepting him as a person, as an addition to our basketball team. Not only accepting, but welcoming because of how good of a player he is. I think everyone's really enjoying playing with him.
With how the schedule's structured this week with some time in between games, do you feel like you need to rest certain guys, or everyone's pretty good at this point? Yeah, I don't anticipate resting anybody this week because the schedule, we don't play till Wednesday, and then. I meant more like in practice.
Yeah, no, practices are never that hard anyway. If you have to rest from our practices, you probably should just retire. But so no, we're today. This is good. This is a rare occurrence for us and for anybody in the league to get 3 days between games. So the way we're looking at it is we got to take advantage of it. We had yesterday off and get 2 days to really work on the details, things that maybe we're struggling with or we're weak with, or maybe things we want to add. It's a great time to do that because the way the schedule works these days, mostly it's just game every other day, and the off days are recovery days. So this is a nice time for us to work on some things and get better.
You told us about the quadrants, the way you guys break things in chunks for the season, and I was also wondering how much of a marker is the All-Star break? We want to accomplish this leading up to the All-Star break, and ways to chunk up the season.
Yeah, it's a little different this year because the break is coming so late. I think after the break we only have 25 games or so. I may be off by a game or two, but usually there's, in the past anyway, it felt like there was more than that. So the break is, I think, will come at a good time for us, for everybody, just to get away a little bit, and then you're really right into that final quadrant, pretty much, and which is playoff prep and let's be ready for what's coming.
Does it feel like the top of the roller coaster almost, and then you zoom down?
Yeah, or the horse running back to the barn. I think I've used that metaphor before. If anybody ever gone horseback riding? I hated it, by the way, when I did it. You loved it? Yeah, my butt hurt the whole time, like the next day. But I do remember when on the way out, the horse was like dragging, and then as soon as we turned back to the stable, the horse just took off. Like it knew. It's like, I get to go back. And that's how I feel it is with NBA teams. You get down to those last 20 games, they can feel it. So they pick up the pace a little bit.
I saw Steph, I guess, giving some of the guys on staff a hard time about the whole not having to go to Charlotte. What was the kind of the vibe like?
No, that's just Steph. Steph being Steph, he's always got a great sense of humor. The fact that All-Star Game's in his home city, made it fun joking with him because he knew everybody would prefer some time off, and so he had fun with it. But no, I think it worked out great. I mean, we're doing really well. We've been on a great run. Denver, frankly, the coaches deserve to coach the All-Star Game. And I can tell you, the first time that we did it, it was incredible. It was an amazing experience, and we've done it twice in the last 4 years, I guess. So I think it worked out the way it was. They'll have a great experience, and we've been able to experience it a couple times. And because of the fact that we've gone to the finals 4 years in a row, our seasons are long. I think getting 5-6 days off will be great for everybody.
Do you have your plans locked in?
Yeah.
Do you want to share those or not?
No. I'm going to leave you guessing.
How quickly did you make those plans once you do on Saturday night?
Oh, the plans were already made. It was just a question of whether we could execute them or not. So now we're just going home back to San Diego.
The trade deadline has kind of touched a lot of teams this year, at least rumors and different stuff. Will it be good, do you think, for you guys that once it's over, this trade deadline's over,
I don't sense that we're in a position this year where anybody's worried, and nor should they be.
I just mean more about, with everything going on around the league and how this move might be that move and dominoes that are being discussed.
Yeah, I think the sense in here is that's everybody else's problem. We're in a different, a different position where we have our team. We have an empty roster spot, so we might add somebody. But I think the chances of us making a trade are highly unlikely, and Bob would probably tell you the same thing. But I don't sense that any of our guys are sort of counting down to Thursday and nervous about anything. I think it's more for other teams to have to sort through. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Stu.